Hello everybody out there in YouTube world. This is Tyler Tolman, and today I just wanted to, something came up for me actually this morning on the way over here. I have a good friend of mine that was just asking me questions about eating a very specific way, not wanting to eat raw, just fresh food, but wanting to have cooked food. And I was just telling him, I think that's great, and just follow your intuition, follow your body. And it really brought a lot of things up for me. I've had a very interesting journey, and I have listened to my body for many, many years. And I think listening to my body has been one of the most important things toward my own health, my own evolution, and my own growth. And this process of moving, in my mind, higher and higher in vibration for my entire body has been a very long process. When I heard about vegetarian, I was literally 16 years old, moved to live with my father, who is absolute vegetarian. My whole family was vegetarian, cooked food, healthy food, vegetarian. And, it was a new concept to me. And I was definitely a meat eater. The concept, moving in with him, I would eat vegetarian. My stepmother, Amber, was the most amazing chef on the planet. She made lasagnas, and I even had a hamburger and everything else that tasted all like it, but it wasn't. And I would sneak away occasionally and have chicken tacos or a burger once a week, or just at different times when I felt my body was really craving it. And then I came to a point literally close to a year into sneaking away and eating little bits of meat here and there, where I actually felt sickened by it. Literally had an experience where just all through my body I just felt absolutely sickened. I felt just this thick, greasy, and almost like I could feel the death of the animal, had visions of what the animal went through, and for me that was it. And it was interesting because at that time I went outside. I remember the day going outside of Burger Barn in Salem, Utah, being like, oh my God, I'm one of these weirdo vegetarians. And I knew it. I was like, I'm now vegetarian because my body rejects it. Not because of what some vegan or vegetarian told me, not because of some video I watched, not because I went to some slaughterhouses, of which I did all those things, but I was truly vegetarian because it moved within my body. My body spoke to me and said, nope, no more. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's been an evolution from there. Was I a super healthy person at that time? No, I don't think I was. I think for what I was doing, yes, I was healthy. I became vegetarian, and that sustained me. To become that, fully vegetarian, I felt fantastic. I felt good in my body. I had energy. And over time and distance of that, there's also hitting a wall with even healthy, cooked food vegetarian. And, just the conversation I was having this morning is some people will hear about raw foodism, hear about, just eat fresh food, and they go on to it. And there's a lot of people, what they would call the raw food community, in the raw food community, who are emaciated, who don't look very healthy. They almost look, nutrient deficient. And, this is just obviously opinions of people that are out there, but they exist and they're valid. And I would say that, you are the sum total of the last 7 years of what you've been putting into your body. And a lot of people claim to be vegetarian. Oh, I'm vegetarian, look at me. And they go out and they talk about vegetarianism. Oh, I'm a vegan, look at me. And they go out and they yell at other people for not being vegan and killing animals and doing all that kind of stuff. And there's some people I'm a raw foodist, and raw foodist is the best, and you have to do this. And what I would say, literally, your body is composed of the last 7 years of what you've been eating. Every cell in your body, over 76 trillion cells of the body, are made of what you've been eating, thinking, and your environment for the past 7 years. And so if all of a sudden you say, jump into raw foods, I'm a raw foodist, and you start talking about it, you're really not a raw foodist. Your body is still composed of what you were doing for the last 6 years, and maybe because of 1 year or 6 months you've been a raw foodist, you go out touting that that's what you are and that you're, almighty or whatever, or maybe you don't. But the point that I'm trying to get across is your body really ready for it? What is your body ready for? Because I know that there's a progression and an evolution towards higher vibrational foods, your body taking in more light, your body being able to receive the nutrients from that higher form of vibration. It's just what if we could live on just sunlight? Would I just stop eating food and drinking water and go out in the sun? No, there's a very specific process of going through this. And NASA and other scientists are studying people supposedly that are living without even drinking water for upwards of 100 days and doing specific things. Did it happen overnight? No, it didn't. And so, I'm trying to share a little bit of my journey on this road. And right now I'm on a 30-day transformational adventure. It's 30 days of 4 days of a colon cleanse and then 26 days of eating pulse. And I feel strong. I feel really good. And my body is speaking to me now and saying, you know what, Tyler, you're ready for the next step. And I think that the next step is more of a fresh food-based, eating fresh fruits, vegetables, salads, nuts, seeds, grains, nut milk, seed milks, yogurts, and things of that nature. But my body's ready for it. And, every year I've done pretty much a 30-day adventure of eating raw foods. And every year I've also felt a little bit weak and like my body's losing mass and like my body's not on top. My mind has been fantastic, but my body hasn't been ready for it. And now I feel like my body is ready for it. And so the reason I bring this up is anybody who hears about health, hears about raw foodism, hears about vegetarianism, take your time, let it be a seed, let it be planted, make some moves, maybe go out and do some fasting to do some cleansing, and then see what your body is still craving. Because some people, they can say, hey, I'm vegetarian, this is what I do, but again, 3, 4, 5, 6 years of the cells of what they're actually composed of was built and made from eating meat. And so even the smells and the things are still there, they still crave it, and I don't believe that they're fully at that highest level of vibration, even on the vegetarian type of diet. So it takes a very long time, in my mind, to transition from eating meat into a vegetarian type of lifestyle. And then even then, it might be a lot of cooked. It might not even be the healthiest lifestyle as compared to by some. But at that point, it is the healthiest for that individual. And so to follow what you feel and what you're really attracted to and constantly making little pushes, every year doing little cleanses, taking time, 30 days where you do, all vegetarian or you do all raw food or you do a juice fast or something of that nature, it's going to start to raise the vibration and wake up the nerve villi within the body to be able to, extract the vibration of these higher levels of food when you're ready for it. And I know I'm just kind of reiterating stuff, but I hope you really get this point. I think it's very important for every individual to just identify and be comfortable with where you're at. And, because I see people all the time like, oh man, I really, I have to be vegan because I feel so bad about everything that's going on. And they push and they do it, but it just doesn't work. And I would rather have people go through a process of really getting there properly so that when you do get to whatever level it is, vegetarianism, veganism, raw foodism, I'm not saying any of these are the ultimate right or wrong. I'm just saying give yourself time to transition if that's what you're looking to accomplish. And I believe that it will fully be sustainable if you take the time to get there. Educate yourself, really just get into everything you can, listen to different people and see what's working for them. And really have a rounded lifestyle as well, with breathing, with hydrating, drinking water, with exercise, with being out in the sun, with great relationships, with passion, with getting enough sleep and rest, getting really well-rounded in your life with work and with relationships and exercise and all of it, and then making that whole foods part, making what you're putting in, take that a step at a time, just like you do anything else. If I want to be a championship bodybuilder, am I going to go try to lift, 300 pounds, deadlift 300 pounds? Absolutely not. I'm going to start off little, and in fact, that's what I'm doing. I'm lifting very light, to the point where even for me, it's kind of light, but I want to strengthen my body properly before I really start pushing myself, because I want it to be balanced, I want it to be strength, and I don't want to injure myself. And I know that I don't need to get there overnight. I'm going to be on this planet for a very long time. So I'm using some intelligence and just taking it a step at a time. So I hope you've gotten something out of this video. And with all that, bless. Talk to you soon.